Okay, all right. So I think we have welcome to all of you. Many of you have joined before time. Thanks a lot for doing that, and thanks for doing that, especially on a Sunday evening at 5 p.m. when you could have been doing other things. So today, the reason we have arranged this Zoom call is because there was a trigger, and Meghalaya is open for travel from September 1st, 2021, which is a big deal because many people, for the first time they travel to Northeast, it is to Meghalaya for many reasons, which I'll also tell today. So that was a trigger point. Of course, Sikkim is already open. Arunachal Pradesh is already open. Nagaland is open. Manipur is going to get opened. Assam is partially, it is open for tourists. And when I say open, it is open for tourists from other parts of India. And all the flights are also opening up from September 1st. There are no limitations on any flights from September 1st. So all these things now, and the COVID new cases and the related effects are also come down a lot. So keeping those things in mind, I thought this is a good time to introduce all the things. So at the end of today's session, I'll be talking about a specific group family travel for the Dasara holidays or the Durga Puja holidays, which most of them will take. And I will be giving more details on that. But to start with, there's a lot of questions people ask me about how do I book a travel with you? How does Northeast travel look like? Why should I travel there? Is it okay to travel with kids? What is the weather like and all that? So since I know all these things, what are the questions? I thought upfront I'll answer those questions, and then I'll go to the Assam and Meghalaya trip that we are planning for from October 10th to October 16th, roughly 6 nights, 7 days trip, and the weather is also good at that time. All right, so welcome once again, and Ramya, thanks for helping us record this. And I want Ramya to be on this call because when you ask for questions, it is always good to take a woman's point of view, and they come with a different point of view, and that is something that Ramya is good at. And thanks, Ramya, for being here. So let me give an introduction of our family. My name is Gangadhar. My wife is Ramya. We have twin daughters named Amulya and Ananya, and they are going to be 11 this October. We are a road schooling family. That means we use travel as a tool for education for our kids. Our kids are not going to school since last 2 years. And even before that, we started travel with our kids when they were 6 months old. Okay, so that means now they are 10 and a half. We have 10 years of experience of travel with kids. We specialize in family travel. Okay, and we specialize in Northeast India. And we specialize in helping other families to reach their travel goals in whatever way they want. Okay, and through that we have started a very meaningful business for us, where we have kept our passion ahead of our business. Business does not come first for us. Our passion to let people travel, enable travel for them, especially to the Northeast India, okay, is a driving factor, and it is a guiding factor for our life. So I have worked for about 17 years in the corporate, and then I quit my job in 2018, and I am a full-time traveler as well as the owner of this business. Ramya and I are the owners of this business. I used to design electronics for ships, submarines, aircrafts, and all that. Life was good, but this life is even better, right? And Ramya has been a teacher for 11 years, teaching kids from as young as the pre-nursery until 7th grade. And she has experience in various classes and various methods of teaching, including Waldorf, IGCSE, CBSE curriculum, all that. So she comes with her expertise, and she quit her job as well in 2019, and she is a full-time yoga trainer as well as into mudras. Okay, we have classes on mudras as well. Yes, so this is the right time to ask people who are watching this, okay, either in future during recordings or now live, okay, if possible, please keep your hand in Gnana Mudra like this. You would have seen Buddha actually keeping like this. This is the king of mudras, has enormous benefits to calm down our mind and help us focus on what we want to do. For example, if you want to listen to it more with more clarity today, it will help you. And tonight, if you want to sleep properly, Gnana Mudra can calm you down to sleep as well, right? It enhances whatever you want to do, right? And it should be like this. The other three fingers should be straight as much as possible without any pain, okay? And then together, and this is wrong, this is correct. Don't press too much, it will start throbbing, all right? So with this, let us start our discussion today. Yeah, so apart from the travel to, so we've been traveling left, right, and center with our kids. We have a host of experience and we are very confident of making it available to others. Many parents, or in the Indian psyche, we have been told when we were young that when you take a small kid, young kid, infant, what will they understand about travel? Let them grow up, then they will remember something. And our experience is totally contrary to that. Okay, our kids have absorbed and observed things in the Northeast and in the rest of India that no school, no parent, or at least us, we won't be able to teach those things, right? So many things about humanity, and it's made them, the humanity is still intact with them. And a lot of other things, including your math, science, geography, geology, fossils, calculus, everything is available in travel. Okay, just that we don't know. Okay, and we help people to know that as well. Okay. So given that background, we do not have any website. Okay, and we are often not on YouTube. We don't blog too much, and our business does not have a website, right? So we go purely by word of mouth. So many people ask, how do I book a travel with you, yeah? Okay, so the answer is very simple. Either you should know my number one, and my number is on the bottom left corner. It is 98451626337. You call me, or if you're already part of the groups that we nurture for travel, road schooling, homeschooling, unschooling, mudras, yoga, health, or food habits, and for differently abled children and for autistic children, we have groups for all these. So if you're part of those things, obviously you have access to me already, and we put out our programs there, and you can join us as well. Or you can contact me and say when you want to travel, that is also fine. All right, so this is how you can contact me. But why do we do this? Why do we not have a website? Because we are not interested in making peripheral impact for 1 million people. We are not interested in 1 million views in YouTube, but not making any deep impact to a few families. So all we are interested is to make very deep impact with few families. That is fine, but that gives us a lot of comfort, and we feel that we are doing something meaningful to the society. Now coming to the common questions that people ask me. So let me tell you our mode of travel business. So first is we are a responsible tourism company, and we enable meaningful and experiential travel for families alone. We do not usually address any other kinds of family. When I say families, we address kids as young as the youngest kid that I have taken is an infant of 4 months, right? And we are okay with that, right? That is our specialty. And we like seniors. The oldest person that I have taken is 76 years old. Okay, so it is okay. We will custom make it. We, like I said, we are dedicated to family travel. We focus on Northeast India. So some of the questions that they ask is, okay, what exactly, which geographies do we deal with? So some of the geographies that I specialize in is Meghalaya, Assam, Sikkim, Darjeeling, neighboring Bhutan also, then Nagaland, Manipur, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, and Mizoram and Tripura. Nobody asks me, so I have not specialized, but we can go there as well. Right? For the rest of India, okay, so okay, let me go back a little bit. So these are the places where I personally travel with families or group of families. How do we form the groups of families? I will come to that later. Okay, either one single family if they want me to travel with them, or when I have a group of families, usually a small group, then also I travel in these areas because I specialize. And I know that the value that I give during the travel, it is very difficult for them to figure out on their own. Okay, but if somebody is so capable of traveling on their own, it's okay. They can travel on their own. I can share my information with them as well without getting involved financially. That's also okay. Because if you're already a well-versed traveler, what will I do with you? I can't give a package that will be more adventurous and more what do you say, enjoyable than what you plan. So I will help you in that. That is also fine with me, because we don't keep our business ahead of our passion. Just because when we were traveling, how did we travel? So we'll also help you like that. All right. So next, what is our motive when we go to Northeast, or why Northeast? Northeast is a very advanced society. There are many things that we can learn. Not that other parts of India are not good, but there are a lot of things that we can imbibe from the Northeast. I'll not go into the details because it takes that itself is a separate chapter. But what is also important for us is we made a name in that age. We have got so many family friends, okay, because they appreciate the way we make people travel, right? So I have got identified as a Northeast India expert, but I would like to tell that there are many more places. But of course, yes, if you compare me with another person from South India, definitely I have more experience of traveling there. I'm very confident of taking you there and giving you a good experience. We always ensure that the local population there are also benefited, because if they are not benefited and only the external travel agents are making money out of that place, it is not sustainable travel, isn't it? Right? So we always ensure. So even if I travel with you, there will always be a local guide. We will not cut corners and try to save that money from that person, because that person is why we are actually going there, isn't it? So we'll do that. Then we don't have any goals of scaling up and making our business into a multi-million dollar, okay, making it app based. What Ramya and I thrive is the conversation that we have with you before travel. Okay, what is that you want to do? Okay, how do you want to travel? Whom do you want to travel? Okay, what are your food needs? What are your accommodation needs? We go into every detail. Okay, and then since I am there with you while traveling, the service level is guaranteed. Okay, wherever there is no need for me to travel, I will obviously tell you that, like this area does not need me, but if you still want me, I can travel. So that also will be upfront told to you in a way transparent. Now, what geographies do I cover? So I already told that. I made some notes so that I don't miss, but I have already answered that. I will not repeat it again. Now I will come to the rest of the geographies apart from Northeast India, Bhutan, and Nepal, right? So if you're asking me, can I go to Kashmir? Of course you can go to Kashmir. So then what I will do is I will not travel with you, because it's a well-oiled industry. There's a travel industry is very good in Kashmir. So what I would do, through one of my very trusted partners there, I will give you an end-to-end travel package where you just have to land in the airport or the train station, whichever is nearer to you. Right? After that, your food, accommodation, travel, guide, experiences, entry, exit, everything will be taken care. Okay, all the 9 yards of travel can be taken care. Or in some cases, if you say, no, one meal I want to keep it for myself, I will arrange that. Rest 2 meals you give. Okay, no problem. Or you say that only breakfast, rest 2 meals is fine. I will manage. It is fine, right? But what is most important is the partner with whom I send you. They are my trusted. They have traveled. I have traveled with them, and I know their capabilities. So that is the value that I'm bringing. And if you have a problem there, you won't call a 1-800 number or some customer care every time somebody else will take, isn't it? When you book from many high-funda portals and all that, every time somebody else calls you, because during that you will need that service guarantee, and that service guarantee is what we are getting. Of course, the itinerary will not be matchable by anybody else. That goes without saying, so I won't stress more on that. Which is the best weather to travel to Northeast is something that people ask. The simple answer to that is, whenever it is not monsoon, it is the best weather to go to Northeast. That means July, August, September. Avoid these 3 months. Last week of September is still fine. Then October and November are very pleasant months in many parts where it does not snow. Okay, there are only very few places in the Northeast where it snows, unlike other places. But where it does not snow, it is very pleasant in October and November. So if you're somebody who does not want very low temperatures, it's okay. October, November are the best months. Now, December and January are the coldest months. Of course, anywhere in India, it is the coldest month. And if you want to see snowfall, guaranteed snowfall, that is the best time to travel. Again, February and March, April. Let me go back a little bit. February and March, you will see snow. You'll be able to play in snow if you want to in those certain areas, not all areas, but the live snowfall may not be there. Okay, it is all dependent on that day or you travel. Of course, even in December and January. If you go in April and May, the weather is very pleasant. Where everywhere else it is hot, it is very pleasant in the north. Right? And then many people travel during summer holidays. This is about the weather. What all do I arrange? Okay, when I travel with you guys. So preferably, I would like to arrange everything. Like you just landed the airport. Rest all like food, accommodation, local travel, entry, exit of experiences. If there are anything, for example, there's a rhino safari that you can do. If there is a chance that rhino safari may not happen due to like either rain or something like that, then in that case, what I do is I keep that separate. Because why to take something which is not guaranteed to happen, right? Only in those cases I upfront tell you. Otherwise, if you're going, for example, in December or November or in January, it is guaranteed to happen, right? So what we do, we include it in the package itself so that it is clear in your mind. I'm just coming to the airport and Dungu will take care of everything, right? And apart from me being there, one local guide I always hire for whichever places it is important, necessary. And from my experience, I figured that out. I've taken many families. So now I know like the back of my hand, okay, here I need. And also depends on what kind of families. Then, do you always travel with groups is something that people ask. Yes, if it is Northeast, and like I told you, if there is a place where I can add value and service guarantee is required, I always travel with them. If the group says that no, we will manage, then it is fine. I also need to get some little bit of confidence that you will manage, because responsible tourism is my responsibility, right? If I realize that there will be some kind of a group who will go there and will not represent the place that they travel from, okay, if you're going from Mumbai, Bangalore, we also have to give a good representation of our place to the people there, okay? And that is important that you display that confidence to me. How do you form groups and what is the size of the group? Okay, very interesting question. So I will, from my experience, I will tell you, if you are forming a group with friends of your children and their families, the best experience can be guaranteed, without doubt, because kids with their friends are playing. The stress on you to manage kids is very low, right? And you already know your friends. So it doesn't take time for you to warm up. From day one of the fun begins. That is the highest form of travel in my opinion. You form the group and you tell me the date. Usually I have one limitation, that the trips that I start, in which I actually go along with the groups, it has to start on a Sunday for good reasons, which I will tell you. And the flight tickets are also actually lower on that day. And usually the duration is about 7 days. So you return on a Saturday. So you leave on a Sunday, including your travel day, and then you return back to your home on a Sunday, on a Saturday, right? So that does 7 days. But of course, you can vary it. You can shorten it a little bit and lengthen it also. There are people who did it for 18 nights, 19 days as well. That is also fine. But generally, I'm telling. So how do I form these groups? So one is you form the group with the families that you are close with, and then you inform me the date. And then I help you with the rest of the things. What all I'll help you, I'll come to it. The second form is one family contacts me and they say, I don't have anybody else, but I want to travel. Okay, and I want to travel with you. So to them, what I do is, once they book the flight and pay me the advance, that means it is guaranteed. After that, if I get another family or not, I will travel with them. Because my promise is, my passion is ahead of the business, isn't it? Right? So many times it works out very well that the size of the group is less, the experience is better, right? So after that, the responsibility is mine to get or not get any other families. And usually a good size is about 12, because we get a tempo traveler for 15 seats, right? And we get 12 and then keep 3 spare for luggage or for just stretching your legs and all that. It makes a good group. Right, so that is how groups are formed. There is also another category of people emerging where they say that in this COVID time, where they say that no, I don't want to travel with anybody else. I'm ready to pay the price. Okay. And I just want only my family to be traveling with you. In that case, what I do as a special case is I eliminate the driver. I hire a car or maybe a Scorpio, Hexa, Innova, whatever is available for that size of the family, and I drive them myself. Why? Because when we eliminate the driver, the kind of conversations that can happen, okay, the intimacy of those conversations, like they start asking me about, okay, how do you manage your kids? Okay, what about their schooling? Okay, what about this? What about that? Then the level of conversation goes at a different level. So that is also okay with me. So this is how the groups are formed. And when you say you are the single family and you're open to other families to join, then anyhow I have nurtured around 900 families in various WhatsApp groups. And when I publish your dates, okay, which starts on a Sunday, to in those groups, some or the other family whom I know, maybe they have already camped with me in Hyderabad, or they might have come with rock climbing with me somewhere, whom I know, they actually join those groups. So it is not like some random people coming together. I will be the common person who will know everybody. At least one problem is solved, right? So that is how we form groups. Then the next, this one is how much road travel, okay, is involved. See, usually the flights you will take care because you get the benefit of discounts and all that. Later on, you want to book a seat, you want to do web check-in and all that. So it is totally in your control. I allow you to do, usually, for example, Meghalaya, it is Guwahati. If you want to go to Nagaland, it is Dimapur or Imphal. So I will suggest the airports, and I'll also suggest the time at which you have to arrive there and at the time at which you can depart from there. That will be set by me, and you will actually set. And many times I just give the flight number also, which one to book, and then they take care of it. Then how much of road travel? Right? See, typically what I want to do, I do in most of my travel, unless the travelers ask me, is first day and last day. Okay, that is from the airport to your destination, and last day from your destination to airport. We can understand that little bit of travel will be there. Okay, because we have to move away from the city. No point in calling you to Guwahati and making you stay one night there amid the city. You came away from a city. You want to be in the mountains. You want to be in the forest. You want to be in the river, right? So I don't want you to even waste one day in the city with all those horns, pollution, and all that. No, I don't want to do that. So I will take you to the best destination on the first day. That's my motive. Unless otherwise I'm told, don't do that. And on the last day also, there will be a little bit of travel, like 4 or 5 hours of travel. So you would have also taken a flight, and also there will be some travel. Some people who want to do a relaxed one, they can come the previous night, like take the last flight on the previous night, just go crash into a hotel, and next day morning, fresh, they can start. That is also fine. Okay. And of course, when you are going, it is totally up to you, because there is no hurry to come and join a group or be there on some time. You can go at whatever time you want, and that is very flexible. Going back, whichever flight you want to take, that's very flexible. So in between, okay, let's say we do a 6 nights, 7 days. So the first day and last day we can understand travel, but in between, every day if you are traveling 6 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, it doesn't make sense. Especially with kids, it does not make sense at all. You want to spend more time in the experiences. So naturally, I will lower those kinds of travel, and wherever it is inevitable, like let's say Sikkim, for example. Okay, you go to North Sikkim, you have to travel 8 hours. But what happens is during that travel, the place is so scenic. You just don't want the drive to stop. You are ready to travel 2 more hours and make it 10 hours. So you are like, why did I reach the hotel? So it's like that. So that is also okay. That kind of a road travel is different, and I will always tell you about it. Then, what about accommodations? Some people think because when I go with my family and I also stay in tents and all that, they think that I will make them also stay in tents. No, that's not what we do. Because if this is your first time to Northeast and things are changing, the language is changing, the weather is changing, food is slightly different. I'll come to food. And then you've taken a flight. You don't want to go and then stay in a budget place. So normally what I recommend people is semi-luxury. Okay. I don't recommend full luxury also, because let me tell you about the accommodation. There are no star hotels anywhere in the Northeast. Okay, you won't find a Lee Meridian. There is no Taj. Okay, no that kind of star categories are just not. There is no star rating only. All right, but what you have is beautifully built resorts. Okay, with all the comfort that you need. Okay, the comfort is defined by the locals. That's where the small click is. Okay, so I will when you talk to me about it for the group travel, I will set these expectations because each and every property is very unique. For example, one is a 150-year-old horse stable, which was used by Britishers. It's called a duck bungalow, but now it's been renovated. If you take the other one, it has a stream inside, and it has about 16 bungalow-like places accommodation. Some has 4 beds, some has 6 beds, right? Some has just 1 bed. So each room is also very different. So I will set all those expectations, and you don't have to worry about the stay. For those of you who are asking for homestays, right? So that is a very tricky subject. Why? Because homestays, it is not, the service is not guaranteed because it is run by somebody, isn't it? And there are some nitty-gritties. For example, in the night, if there is no power, the homestay may or may not have a generator. But whereas in a resort, they will have a generator and they'll have a backup for the generator as well. And having enough diesel in these mountain areas is also an important thing. So there are so many things that you need to consider before deciding on the accommodation. So generally what I would say is for the accommodation, okay, I wouldn't suggest that you go for budget accommodations unless I hear from you, okay, that no, I want that only. Okay, and I'm ready to rough it out. Okay, then no problem. Okay, I'll give you any kind of budget accommodation you want where you're very clear. But otherwise, semi-luxury. Okay, where your needs are met. Okay, and then you're comfortable because you might have to go around and walk and things like that, right? So you should get a good night's sleep, and the food should be good. Some of the rest, I'll share pictures also in the group. I mean, they're jaw-dropping. Okay, just the way they are built, it's just jaw-dropping, right? So for the accommodation, I would like to spend more time and make you understand, because sometimes people feel that, "Arey, Gangu ke saath jaunga," so probably he is used to very rough travel, and maybe we also have to do rough travel. No, it's not like that. All right. When you booked a package, it is a proper package. Okay. And some people do mix and match also. Like they say, okay, 6 nights is there. I want to try 1 night homestay. Rest 5 nights, boss, you put me in a proper hotel, which is a very good one. Okay, and that will not be the first or the last day, because you don't want to just after travel, after flight travel, after road travel and come to a budget stay. You don't want to do that, right? So I will take care of all those things. I will upfront, I will tell you all the things. Then later on you can get that. Then another thing that is missed is number of check-in and number of check-outs. Right? Many people I've seen, they make an itinerary that every night they're changing the place. Okay, and then they're doing a check-in, check-out. Just imagine you have kids, you have a breakfast to take in the morning, and then you are packing the clothes every night or every morning. Just imagine how stressful. And usually it will be, I'm not trying to be gender biased, but usually it will be the woman of the house who will be packing and unpacking, right? So one person's experience is completely diluted, right? So I take care of those things also, so that the number of check-in and check-out from a hotel, that is the number of hotels that you stay in, is also minimized. Okay, we should be spending maximum time on the experiences that we go for, not in all these things, right? And since I am there, I also do one thing about the food. Okay, let me address that in the food. Check-in, check-out, yeah. So the next item that I put here, the last item that I put is food. Many people have, those of you who are vegetarians, please do not worry, I am also a vegetarian, and I get perfect food, okay, that I want. All kinds of vegetarian food is available in the Northeast. It's not that they only eat non-veg. It is not true, okay? And it is a very safe place, okay? You don't have to worry about it. Women are respected like anything in each and every part of Northeast. I will send my wife and 2 daughters without any escort, even at night 12 o'clock in Meghalaya, no problem. Okay, so, and I have sent also. Okay, it's not that I'm just saying, I have sent also. So many times I have left them in the resort, and then I have gone with a group, and then they do what they want to do, and then we meet in the evening, right? That's also possible. So food. Now I'll come to Meghalaya and Assam, right? And then I'll come to food. for a first time person, for a person going to the Northeast for the first time, I would highly suggest that you do Meghalaya. Why? Because the roads are very good. The weather is very moderate, not extremes. Okay, unless you go there in the monsoon and you want to go in the monsoon. If you avoid that, then weather is really pleasant. The roads are good, and you can get an authentic South Indian dosa idli in Cherrapunji, right? And pure veg restaurants have come up everywhere, and then the people are extremely kind. And I don't even have to mention it is the places, the beauty is jaw dropping. Okay, and in different seasons you get blue green water. I'm wondering, like, why do people go to Maldives to get that kind of a water? It's available in Cherrapunji. It's available in Dauki. Most of you might have seen that glass-like water, and then one boat, floating. You feel like it is floating in the air. It is in Meghalaya, right? And you just have to be in the right weather, the right month to see those things. That I will take it when we have a discussion. I will update you about also. So Meghalaya, I feel Assam, Meghalaya together should or could be your first one. Then you can upgrade yourself to Nagaland, Manipur. That is one. Okay, or you can do Arunachal. Arunachal has 4 circuits. Okay, each one takes about 8 to 10 days. Okay, so Arunachal is a different beast itself, but the experiences are very different. Okay, and what else can be? Of course, Sikkim is beautiful. Many people can go there as well. Bhutan, all these places that I'm telling is roughly about a week. Okay, you start on a Sunday, come back on Saturday. You can lessen maybe 1 day, or maybe at most you can lessen 2 more days, but not less than 5 days. Minimum is 4 nights, 5 days. Okay, otherwise there is no point only in going so far. At least I don't support such travel where you go for 2 nights and then come back the 3rd day. No, all the time is gone in travel itself. But if you want a package like that, I might think about it, but I will not be convinced that you should go for 2 nights, 3 days to Northeast. Next, what was I talking about? Yeah, about the food. So when you go to Meghalaya, you will get a proper authentic dosa. You will get pure veg restaurants. You will get any kind of non-veg you want as also. And rice is a staple food there. They eat rice 2 times in a day. Chapati, all those things are available. There are fine dine restaurants. There are home cooked. In fact, if you want to go and see somebody cook, that's usually a part of my package as well, where you go to somebody's house and then you also see how they actually cook the meals and you eat the lunch also, right? So such things also can be done. So this is generally about the kind of travel that we do, how we do, what all we do and all that, all right? Now, let me come to the last part of today's talk, and after that we'll open for QA, is now that Meghalaya has opened for tourists from September 1st, 2021, I am doing a fixed departure. Fixed departure is that I have put the dates down and then I'm inviting families to join this group family travel. And the start date for that is Sunday, 10th October. And the last day is the return from that place is 16th October, which is Saturday, right? And these are the Dasara holiday or the Durga Puja holiday. Right now, the flights for those dates are hovering around 8,000 to 9,000 rupees, which is a very good price given that the fuel prices have gone up and the air fares have actually gone up. Okay, in that time, I will be sharing in the WhatsApp group today which flight to take also from various destinations. So the flights, that is the reason that I'm sharing the details, because if you want to book, this is the right time. Because in another 1 week, 2 weeks, there's a chance that everybody will want to book, and then you'll see a rise in the flight charges. So this will be the right time to book. I feel in the coming week you will get enormous benefit by booking early. Then the flights to be taken for this trip is to Guwahati, okay, which is called the gateway to the Northeast. You have to land in Guwahati before 11 a.m. on 10th October. And the flight that you will take out of Guwahati on 16th should be after 1 p.m. Okay, so this is, and I will suggest those flights also in the group. What kind of accommodation? I previously explained what kind of accommodation that you will get. So in this trip, I want to have one resort and all families in one resort. We will book the whole resort, right? And we will have that whole resort for us, which is a very comfortable one, and I have taken many people. I will be sharing the pictures of the room and all that in the group as well. And you can take a look at that. No worries about it. It's a well organized. Most probably, it will either be that 150-year-old dark bungalow that has been developed, or it will be. I see somebody. I can hear somebody's audio. So, if possible, can you mute yourself, please? Okay. So I am then coming about the food. So all 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner will be covered. Okay. And then anything in between, I will also give you a packing list to tell you what kind of snacks and all those to be brought. And you have other options also, where if your kids want to eat something, we will give you enough breaks to buy those things, whatever you want. Itinerary. See, the itinerary, I already told you, we don't want you going to road travel every day. Don't want you to do check-in, check-out every day, and all that. And the resort should be in a place where you feel like you're on a vacation. It's not another Hyderabad-like hotel or a Delhi-like hotel or a Mumbai-like hotel. We don't want that, right? Having taken care of those basic things, the itinerary, how we will do is, usually one day we will cover some waterfalls, okay, which will end with something like going to a picnic-like place and having food at the place where you have the waterfall. It's right at the waterfall. We'll arrange all those things, not a problem. Then one day we will go to this place called Shnongpading and Dauki, which is Bangladesh border. You'll get an idea of what a international border looks like. And there's this beautiful Dauki river, right? And also near that is Asia's cleanest village called Maulanong. It's a very nice village to just go take a walk. And there is a natural living root bridge. And then you can experience, your kids will love it. It's a marvel. For me, it is such a good piece of tribal engineering. When explained in the right manner, you understand how these bridges were built without even using cement and steel, and it lasts for 500 years. Okay, the beauty of that is in Maulanong. There are other road bridges also. If we have time, we can do that as well. Then one day you will go to the India's tallest waterfall, followed by you will go to a cave which has fossils from 55 million years old. Okay, and I'll give you a small example. There you have marine fossils, and we are standing on a mountain. You just ask the kids, okay, marine fossils, where are they? Immediately they'll say a marine fossil, hey, it is under the sea. Okay, we are standing on a mountain. Where did this come from? Okay, here I want to emphasize. See, if we tell them that we are also trying to teach you something, most of the kids will shut off, isn't it? My specialty during those things is to be innocent. Okay, throw some questions at them, make them think. And I will not give the answer, because if I give the answer, I become another teacher, right? And this is what we've been doing with our children. We never give answers. Right? We ask, we want them to be in awe. It's okay, they don't get the answer, they will find the answer. We just have to wait for that. And I know they will find. Maybe in the evening, somebody will start a discussion. How did that come here? The kids will start discussing, right? Of course, depending on the age. And some kids are okay. What can I do? Okay, somehow it came. It's okay. That is another way of doing things. This, the rain, okay, and then they can see the rain coming down and then forming rivers. And if the weather clears, because after rain, the weather clears, and then you can see 10, 20 kilometers of Bangladesh plains. And you can see how the river, which went down with so much of force, is spreading like this. Okay, and then after that, if I just say the Bay of Bengal is about 300, 400 kilometers away, it's not difficult for them to realize, right? And then they realize, oh, okay, again the water vapor is coming up, and then it is becoming rain. Why? Because right on the mountains, 5 minutes after rain, the mist will start rising. These are all beautiful things that happen So don't worry about the itinerary part. Okay, I will take care of that, and we will not fix the itinerary now. We will fix the itinerary about 2 to 3 weeks before the actual travel date. That means by by September last week, we would have fixed the itinerary, or maybe in October 1st, right? Because that is when we exactly know how is the weather like, where we should go and where we should not go. Okay. Next, what is the weather like in October? It's very pleasant. The nights are about 15 degrees, 10 to 15 degrees in the night, mostly 15 degrees. And the mornings are like around 20, 21, 22. Okay, it's very, very pleasant. You'll need a light jacket in the morning and a thick jacket in the night, right? It does not snow during October. It does not rain much. But if there is a cyclone somewhere and all that, you can't help it. Then we will rain or shine. We will take you, because I would have given you a packing list, and that packing list will take care of everything. Don't worry about it. If there is rain also, you can enjoy. If there is no rain also, you can enjoy, because there is beauty in every aspect of this trip. Okay, and it is my responsibility to make you enjoy that. Okay, what is the booking date? So like I told you, it is important that you book your flight. Let me first go through the booking process. So what happens is, the dates are fixed already. That is October 10th to October 16th. Now the next thing is, I will put the flights required based on your city. If you ask me, I will share the flight, which flight to take. So you have to book, and I recommend that you book a refundable ticket. A refundable ticket is usually 300 rupees to 500 rupees more than a normal ticket. And given the current situation, it is good that you do that. It allows you no tension, hassle free. You can move it a little bit. The dates also, you can move it a little bit if you want, right? Or you can cancel it and book another one with very minimal charges. They say it is zero, the cancellation charges are zero, but there will be a little bit cancellation charges that I have seen. And they'll allow you to rebook another flight. Of course, the difference of charges will be taken. That is what I suggest you do. Next, what is the next process? Once you book the flight, you will pay me 25% advance of whatever the total price is. I'm not going to talk about the pricing today in an open discussion like this, but of course in the WhatsApp group, I'm going to tell you guys what the costing and this one is, and appropriately you can take it. Then once you pay me the 25% advance, here is where the important thing is. And this is the learning of taking groups in COVID times, because I took some 5 groups in February, March and March of 2021, right? I took them to Arunachal Pradesh, 1 group to 3 groups to Meghalaya, and 1 to Sikkim, right? So the cancellation is a big deal now, right? Because we don't know how things are going to move forward. So what I tell you is, the moment you give me 25%, the maximum cancellation charges that is applicable per head is only 1,000 rupees maximum. It will not be more than 1,000 rupees. Why? Because if, let's say, you're doing it coming week and it is first week of September, okay, things might change, isn't it, from now to October 10th. So what I do is, I have a very open discussion with the people who are giving accommodation and vehicle. But boss, these are the terms and conditions under which I am booking with you. Should there be a third wave and all that, you cannot say that I am lifting my hands and I cannot give, because that has happened sometimes. In the first wave, people were very sympathetic. They gave back all the money. But in the second wave, they said, sorry, I am also having trouble. I have no money to give you back anything, because we have given salaries to all those people. So we don't want such things. Okay, I'm being very open with you. So the maximum that you will lose by paying 25% is 1,000 rupees. It may be zero also. I do not know at this time, but I'm giving you guarantee that the cancellation will be only 1,000 rupees per head when you pay the 25%. Roughly about 3 weeks before travel time, that is for October 10th, let's say by September 15th, 16th, that time is when you will have to pay the next installment or the complete balance. And at that time, we will have more clarity. Okay. Let's say it is in the 3rd week of September. And at that time, I will give you another cancellation schedule where it will be more firm. And you will also have, and it will more or less like if you're doing cancellation on the last day, then there is something, 1 week before, 2 weeks before, 3 weeks. So that will be openly told to you, because this cancellation charges, I don't want people to unnecessarily lose money, right? and so your flights is taken care of, and my cancellation charges will be as minimal as possible or zero. Okay, depending on when the cancellation happens. But I don't think it will happen because when I started in the just after the first wave, we got a window of 3 to 4 months. After that, actually, it started again. Actually, more. We got a window of 5 months. I started traveling in September 2020, and then my last travel was April 2021. Right? So September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Right? So I got roughly, it is showing 8 here, but I know it is 7 months of travel. Right? So it's okay. I don't see any major issues, but in case it should happen, it should be taken care. Now the last question, okay, is, okay, what are these COVID restrictions? Okay, does everybody need to take a test? Okay, who are all eligible? So the answer is very simple. Okay, to Meghalaya, Assam, everybody is eligible to travel. There's no problem. Now, if you're double vaccinated, that means fully vaccinated, and if you can show that certificate that you're doubly vaccinated, there is no need for any kind of test. All right, is it clear? Now, let's say you are single vaccinated or totally unvaccinated. Still, there is no problem. You have to generate an RT-PCR test. It's only RT-PCR. It is not any other test. 72 hours prior to travel. That means since you're traveling on 10, on 8th, you will take a test, and then by 8th evening or 9th, you will get the results. Then Meghalaya government also requires an e-invite. Without e-invite, even with your COVID negative test, they will not let you in. That I will arrange. It's my responsibility. You just need to give some Aadhaar card or some identification, and I will get it done. That will be checked when we enter Meghalaya. At Guwahati, we don't need any e-invite. All right. So this is what we are looking at, the plan. And I'm one is the reason why I am called this meeting, especially for this Dasara Holidays travel, is one is you should be quick in booking your flight tickets. Second is there is going to be a mad inquiries now going to Meghalaya because it's open now, right? People are going to block the best rooms. And I want to be one among the first few people. In fact, I have blocked some of the rooms already, but those will not stay with me for a long time unless I pay some kind of advance and then show them. Of course, the cancellation terms will be clear. Okay, that there are very minimal cancellation so that I can keep my word of not more than 1,000 rupees cancellation. But I need to book and I need to pay and keep those rooms, right? So from that perspective, if we start booking from next week onwards, it is the most ideal time. It will conserve some cost for you and it will cover your risks, right? So with this, I think I have given enough information. The exact pricing and more details, I'll put it out in the WhatsApp group, or my number is anyway there at the bottom corner of this thing, and it is getting recorded as well. So you can call me. I can add you to the WhatsApp group and you'll get all the information. Now, if there is any Q&A, I am most happy to answer any questions. Please unmute yourself. Please tell your name and your city and then let me know what the question is.
Hello.
Hello, who is this?
Yeah, I'm Pramila from Chennai.
Hi, Pramila. How are you?
Yeah, good. How about you?
Yeah, good. You have been very consistently following up with me, and you are the first person to ask a question also. Please go ahead.
Yeah. I will be traveling alone. Is that any problem?
No, it's not a problem. When I am traveling with a group, it's not a problem.
Fine. I'm there for everything then.
All right. Super. All right. Welcome.
Because that's been my wish list to see Northeast India so much. And
Okay.
I'm going old. I cannot waste another day not to see those places.
Yeah.
That's one reason why I'm not traveling to international part, because I want to see India. I have certain goals. So
excellent.
crazy.
Excellent. Our thought process are already reverberating together. Thank you. Thank you. So one question. So are you going to be looking at booking the flight tickets in the coming week? Are you okay to do that?
You can do it for me. I trust you to do it for me. That'll be more calm from Chennai. You can book the flight whichever suits me from Chennai. I will meet you all up wherever you ask me to meet you.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. So we'll
payment tomorrow.
Just message me, because I'm going to focus on the people who want to book the flight tickets and be done with that.
Yeah, right? I will do it because I can understand, because prices are really going to shoot up. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Pramila.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see Rachana has raised her hand. Please, Rachana, please go ahead.
Hi, Gangadhar. This is Rachna.
Yeah, yes, Rachana.
Yeah. So I have twins of 6-year-old.
Okay.
And I saw a couple of places that are must visit in Meghalaya. And I was feeling that most of them do have that trek path, for the river falls, waterfalls, or whatever that is. So I just want you to let me know, if I travel alone with my 2 kids, will it be difficult for me to trek with them? They have trekked, but not like more than 30 minutes of a trek. So
Okay.
we will trek, but one way I will have, if I have to carry or something, or how hard the treks are going to be. Is it a place for me to visit with 2 kids without my husband? Just seeing the risk.
Okay, so I am very confident when it comes to kids, and 6 years is a very good age. And why I am saying that also, when I first took my kids, my twins, they were 6 years and they did 3,500 steps down and 3,500 steps up in one day. Okay, so usually kids are never the issue. Okay, 100%. And whenever we do a group travel like this, my guide will be there along with that. So if there is any issue, the people of the Northeast are so strong that they can carry a kid and go up the. We are not going to do the 3,500 steps, by the way. With such a big group, we will not be. I'm just giving an example. But these people are so strong, and my trust on them and their trust on me is so high that they can actually take the kid and then come back and take the second kid and go. Okay, that's the amount of confidence that I have. So the simple answer is yes. Don't worry about it. Without your husband, you can travel. It's no big deal at all.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. Yeah. Next, Vishal Sagar, please.
Yeah. Hey, Gangadhar. Hi, I'm Vishal from Hyderabad. So my question was like basically these places, usually when we go in the hills and all. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So usually, how about the medical facilities and all? How far are we usually away from any hospitals or anything like that? Just in case.
Yeah, just in case, right? So there is a concept of PHC or primary health center. These are big government hospitals, and the people of the Northeast, they don't have private doctors, so they are all dependent on that. And these are very good hospitals, open 24/7, and there will be a doctor always. Okay, so that takes care of most of the things.
Okay. And usually the roads and all, they're pretty windy like they are there in the Himalayas, or is it comparatively better? Because I have a son who is like 7 years old and he gets like kind of dizzy and all by going on these circuitous roads. I don't know about other kids and all. So generally like you end up having to give either some kind of medication or let them sleep on that kind of thing. But I just wanted to ask on that front. I don't know others' experience on that front.
No, it's a good question. I would be very happy if I had already covered it. It is a must question. Thanks for reminding me that. See, I'll just give you an idea of the roads from Guwahati to Shillong is about 3 hours, and we're going uphill with smooth curves, and we can drive even at 70 kilometers per hour if you want. I have driven. Okay, so it is a 4-lane highway, just like any of the national highways. Beautiful road. From Shillong to Cherrapunji is a 2-lane highway, again gentle curves. Okay, no, it's not like the Himalayas, it is not like Sikkim, it's not like Himachal.
Okay.
All right, and there are one more place where we go to the Bangladesh border, where we all go downhill because we are on a mountain and Bangladesh border is in the plain, so we go downhill. Yeah, that road little bit, 1 or 2 stretches I've seen that there are a little bit curves, but it is nothing compared to the things that you have on the Himalayas.
Yeah, okay, that's good to know. Thanks.
And the people who have this nausea or motion sickness, we also help them with something. Of course, one is medication. The other is I also, for my kids, I used to do this mudra. So if you keep one of those mudras, I forget which one it is. I think Akasha mudra. Naturally, it reduces the amount of nausea. And if we make them sit in the front and make them look straight onto the road, it decreases another 50%. So we can take care, no problem.
Okay. No. That's good enough.
Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Thanks.
Yeah. So any more questions?
Excuse me, Gangu. I
Yes,
just got a
please.
question. Will
Yes.
a 4.5-year-old grandchild, is she too young to be traveling?
Not at all. I see. I told you I am ready to take even a 4-month-old. I'll be
Yeah,
so
I
happy.
heard that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So no problem. 4.5 is a very good age, and in a group, the dynamic. See, let me tell you one more thing. There is something called as intergenerational learning, which I make happen in my trips without anybody knowing about this term. Right? Nowadays, kids are getting very less time with their grandparents, or even if they're getting time, they don't know the value and the wisdom that these grandparents bring, okay, to the table. So during this travel, it becomes my duty to certainly bring out those things. For example, helping another person when they want to just cross, giving another hand is a very big attribute that kids should have. Empathy should be there, kindness should be there, gratitude should be there. It is all those things. So it is very good. The younger they are, the easy to mold them. Yeah. They will be able to do, no problem.
May I ask another question?
Yes, Vishal, please.
Yeah. So the question is, you said that generally these trips are from a Sunday to a Saturday, correct?
Yeah.
And is it possible for us to even get it extended across, probably for another week or something like that? I'm thinking of probably doing it for a couple of weeks. So
yeah. So what you're saying is you want to do it for 2 weeks totally. Yeah, absolutely. It is possible. So in that case, we'll also have to check which is the other state that you want to do. See, roughly about 1 week is good for Meghalaya. Okay, and you will do a little bit of Assam in terms of rhino safari. Right. Now the next 1 week, where do we want to spend? Let's say we want to do Upper Assam. Okay, there is Majuli, there is Dibrugarh, there is Tinsukia, then there is a little bit, we can even try a little bit of Arunachal Pradesh, that is rowing, right? So this combinations that we'll have to figure out what exactly do we want to do, and then we can do that, no problem.
okay. Okay.
It's possible.
I'll also discuss it now, probably, I don't know. So from Meghalaya, is it like too far to go across to Sikkim or to Nagaland side or something like that?
No. So from if you finish 6 nights, 7 day this trip in let's say Meghalaya and Assam, you come back to Guwahati, isn't it? So there are 2 modes of reaching Sikkim. Either you fly to Bagdogra, which is a 30-minute flight from Guwahati, or you can take an overnight train from Guwahati to Siliguri.
Okay.
So it's okay. Then that means, and then maybe you take rest, little bit rest there, and then you can the first day, and it is about 3 to 4 hours travel from Bagdogra to Gangtok. So that day after the train travel, let's say you go in the morning around 8 o'clock, you reach there. You by lunch or late lunchtime, you reach Gangtok hotel. You just take a rest.
Okay.
On that day, you just roll in MG Road, and then that day will be easy. And then from the next day, you start your Sikkim trip. It's possible.
So that's. And the other thing is, I really like that it's going to be a slow kind of trip wherein you don't have multiple hotels trying to get into multiple places. I really like that because I personally, whenever I have also traveled with my family, we have always done that. Like we did South India tours and all, so it was never in a rush zone. Like probably 2 days in a place, like even going to a place like Udupi and all, it's been like 2 days or 3 days in that place. So we just like to go over there, explore around the local areas, try to speak or just try to get to know people over there to an extent, and then probably move ahead. I don't know like how other people usually travel, but that's one thing that I really liked about this itinerary that you were kind of sharing. So thanks, kudos for that, man.
Thanks for letting me know. When I started taking people seriously to Northeast around 2017 and 2018, I thought I should tell more about the places that I am taking. And I used to never talk about this less check-in, less check-out, less road travel and all that. Then over these periods of time, I heard people like you saying that, the best part of the trip is you did this, Gangu. Thanks for letting me know once again.
For sure. That was really good.
Thank you. Yeah. Anyone else, please? Any other questions? All right. So thank you. If there are no questions, thanks a lot for spending your time with me on a Sunday evening. Okay. So in the WhatsApp group, we will move towards the booking of the flight. Like I said, don't worry about the itinerary. This is not the right time to fix the itinerary or talk about the itinerary. It will be jaw dropping. You don't have to worry about that, right? So booking the flights and then next going to the paying the advance, 25% token advance, so that I can very confirmly block those rooms, which are the best rooms, and make it available for us. Those are the two important things that we need to work on next. Okay. So thank you very much. Okay. Have a great weekend. And either directly in the group or one-on-one, you can ask me questions that you think is very specific to you. So thanks everybody. Take care. Okay. Thanks, Nandish. Thanks, Vishal. Thanks, Pramila.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye. I see Mr. Jagjivan Sawla also here. He was wanting to travel during this time, and I think you changed to December. Na? Yeah, thanks, Amol. All right. Take care, everybody. I'm going to end the meeting with your permission. Bye-bye. Thanks, Ruthi.